Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I greet you according to your time and the time you are seeing this video. We are still on the gist from the palace of Ooni of Ife. I want to thank you for always being part of my channel. Thank you so much. My God will bless you. And please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe, okay? And turn on the notification bell. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, okay? According to the information where they reach us now, they said Dr. Lizzie and Olori Mariam, they had a serious altercation, and they did not just have the serious altercation on their own, they had it right in front of the king. And from what we heard, according to their tradition, on no account should you quarrel with somebody in the presence of the king. It shows that you don't have respect for the king. You know, Ooni of Ife is a kind of a king that whenever you see him, you must kneel down to greet him. Even some people say who are not Yorubas, when they come to meet with the king, they will kneel down. Then the wives who are expected to live by example, I'm not saying they are not kneeling down to respect their to greet their husband though, but if they know the worth of their king and their husband, they are not supposed to quarrel in front of him. But to think that is the head of the wives, which is Olori Mariam, that started the fight, it simply means that they don't have respect and regard for the king, from what we are hearing allegedly. Now, I want to remind you that these are all alleged information. According to the information, they said, before now we have heard that Ooni of Ife have suspended Mariam and Ronke from. So before now, we heard that Ooni of Ife have suspended Mariam and Ronke from entering his chambers indefinitely. First, he started by banning them for 30 days. Then after the 30 days, what we are hearing right now is that he have banned them indefinitely. You know, but we do know that they are not going to fold their arms and allow that to continue. They have been trying everything within their power to ensure that the king lifts that ban. You know, and they have contacted a lot of people and it did not work. You know, maybe if they are wise people, they will know that through their behavior that they might make the king to change his mind towards the banishment. Now, Tobi just gave birth to twins, yes, and for some reasons, maybe their tradition, the king is not expected to see Tobi and the babies now. And the only person that the king trusts to be closer to Tobi so that she will be giving him feedback happens to be Dr. Elizabeth. If you remember, they said that particular day that Tobi gave birth, that the king sent Dr. Elizabeth and Queen Naomi to go and see Tobi with the babies, of which they gave him reports when they returned back. But we do know that Queen Naomi is not in the palace. From what we heard, she's not in the palace, and she have such a very tight schedule. So it is Dr. Elizabeth who is closer to the king and who constantly go to Tobi where she is with the babies and they give the king feedback. Now, they said Mariam came to meet with the king. The king was inside his chambers. He's inside his chambers. Then Mariam was in the waiting room. When Mariam tried to enter the king's chamber, the king shunned her. She returned. She went back and was waiting for the king on the waiting room so that the king will come out when he finishes what he was doing to come and have the discussion with Mariam outside, as in the waiting room. But we do know that as husband and wife, it is not normal. You know, husband and wife, the wife is supposed to have access to her husband's chambers, but due to circumstances, it wasn't like that. Now, while Mariam was waiting, Mariam was waiting for the king to finish so that he will come and see him, that was night already. And Dr. Elizabeth, who have finished everything, who have been monitoring the situation, she noticed when the king enters the chambers and she wants to come and, you know, give the king a report for the day because she is in charge of schedules and everything. Then they said she have come to give the king report for the day, especially for Tobi and the babies, how they were faring, how things are going and all of that. You know, because the king is not supposed to see the babies. Some said it's for 1 month, others said it's for 2 months, while some said it's for 3 months. I don't know. I am not a Yoruba. I don't even know that much about that tradition. So when Dr. Lizzie came, maybe Mariam left the waiting room to go and do 1 or 2 things, maybe hoping that by the time she returns that the king might will be through with whatever that he was doing inside to come and meet with him. Maybe it was when Mariam left the waiting room that Dr. Elizabeth came in, you know, because from what we heard, Dr. Elizabeth did not see her in the waiting room while she was coming. So Dr. Elizabeth came, enters her husband's chambers, and that is how husband and wife you know, relates. So there was intimacy, and from what we heard, the plan is that Dr. Elizabeth will spend the night with the king there. And this is what I want this time. I want her to be spending time with the king every now and then, the same way Toby have been doing it until something happened. Now, when Dr. Elizabeth came, she was with the king. They were kind of discussing when maybe Mariam came back and hears Dr. Elizabeth's voice. I don't know if it was her voice that she hears, or maybe someone told her that Dr. Elizabeth was in, and she entered. When she entered there, Dr. Elizabeth was surprised because she is so much aware about the banishment, you know, about the yes. Now, from what we heard, alleged, don't forget that they are all alleged information. Mariam told Dr. Elizabeth to excuse them, as excuse her that she wants to discuss something with the king, and she have been there before now, but the king don't want to talk to her at inside. Dr. Elizabeth was like, do you know what you are doing? You know, Dr. Elizabeth just ignored her, you know, and she started saying all manner of things against Dr. Elizabeth, that she is so selfish, that she doesn't even care that the husband, a man that married 6 wives, is always spending time with her. She never cares about others, that it is just her and Toby. And these younger wives, they feel they can manipulate the king more than, you know, as in they were like, Dr. Elizabeth did not even talk to her from what we heard. They said she now drew Dr. Elizabeth's hair. I'm talking to you. Don't ignore me, because both the king ignored her, Dr. Elizabeth ignored her. The moment she drew Dr. Elizabeth's hair, they said she almost removed her wig. And Dr. Elizabeth now hold her wig and kind of defended herself and asked her, what is your problem? And they started, you know, kind of exchanging words. That was when Dr. Elizabeth decided that it is high time she respect her husband by not, you know, shouting back at Mariam, who was barking like a dog, from what we heard allegedly. Now, when she told the king that, excuse you, that she wanted to go, let them sort their problems, you know, as husband and wife. They said that Ooni of Ife told Dr. Elizabeth to go and sit down, as in sit down there and wait for her. They said that was when Mariam fell down on the floor there, rolling, crying, shouting that this is inhumanity to inhumanity to human. This is marginalization. This is wickedness. This is this. This is that. They said she started lamenting, bitterly crying. The king did not even look her way, from what we heard allegedly. And when it was getting so much, they said the king ordered the guards to come and escort her out of his chambers. Yeah, my people. Wonder they say shall never end. Don't forget that these are all alleged information. Always bear that in mind. I do not live in the palace, so now I hear. Okay, guys, I don't know what to think about it. Whatever I think, share with us on the comment section. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're yet to subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. Thank you. Bye. Love you guys.